So, it's been one hell of a journey.
Yeah.
Especially for you.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think we should just start from the beginning.
Let's do it.
Beginning of our life.
Mm-hmm.
Where did we meet?
School.
School.
Lisa Academy. I don't think we weren't friends,
we
though.
weren't friends. I knew you, you knew me, probably, maybe. But we didn't really know each other.
Not at all.
And then one time you came over to the dean's house, and I'll never forget this. You had a flask. We were only like 15, 16 at this time. And you were kind of like that kid. You know, you were that guy.
Yeah.
Knew all the parties, knew all the women. Cool as fuck. You're still that guy, but like in high school, you were that guy.
That guy, yeah.
And I think personally, I just wanted to be like that. You know, like I wanted to get out of my shell. I wanted to stop playing so many video games. I wanted to party. I wanted to meet women. And I saw that characteristic, and I was like, man, I just admired it. I was like, fuck, how's he so confident? Where does he get this? And the fact that you're Asian.
It was even
now
harder.
I'm going deep, but hey, man, this is my podcast. I'll go deep.
Fuck.
The fact that you're Asian in Arkansas playing football, like, showing me that it doesn't matter what you look like. You could be that guy if you want to be that guy. It's all about. It was just like a statement to me. I was like, this is a cool motherfucker. So I always admired you, looked up to you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man. So that's how we met.
Yeah.
And from there, we partied a bunch. We had a lot of crazy experiences.
Met a lot of women together.
I started creating some videos. Things fell off as far as our friendship goes. Things reconnected in bigger and better way.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this is where I want you to take over, because this is your story.
Yeah.
So I guess my question for you is, where was the dip? You were that guy, things were going well. What happened to make life a bit harder? What happened? Where did the mistake come? What was the point in your life where? Because how personal? We getting personal.
We're getting super personal. We're getting deep into the grit, the dirt.
Let's just to hook the audience in. Let's tell them something big that happened. What happened to you in your life when you? I know what happened, but I don't want to say it because it's not my story.
Well, first off, it was the drugs. I started getting real deep into the drugs, the cocaine to be exactly, and I lost the character of who I was for a long time. It was all cool and fun at the beginning because me and you, we used to do. If you're cool with that, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, me and you used to do coke like at Mike's Cafe, and behind the bar. And I remember days where me and you would get angry at each other because we didn't have
the coke.
Yeah. And we would be in the car looking at each other, and right when we take that first bump, we're like, "Oh, we're so much better."
Damn, I remember
like it was yesterday.
What the fuck?
And
you're right.
We would be mad at each other though until like we took that bump. I remember like we'd be in the car.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be happy.
We wouldn't be happy.
Damn, you're right.
And we would buy like an 8-ball or something, and we would rush each other to do it, and we'd play the same song, which is "I'm in Love with the Coco" by Ed Sheeran. Every time we took a bump, the first bump, if you remember it, right? In the green CRV.
You're giving me goosebumps right
now. Yeah, it just reminded me.
What's wrong with you? You're right.
And we used to fucking do we used to fucking do a lot, man.
We did.
And
that was the downfall.
That was the downfall.
Drugs.
But the downfall was that we didn't know how to control our addiction.
Yeah.
But you did, though. But I spiraled down to another route by doing more. And I think that created another character of myself while I was on the coke. And it created a demon, I'd say.
Yeah.
I mean, a dog, devil.
Yeah.
And I would become a version of myself that no one liked. Not even myself. Down to suicidal thoughts, down to, like trying to talk to other friends' girls when I was fucked up. And, that's a no-no in the Brotherhood book. Big time,
And I think I got a grip on the using. And I forget how, but it was a problem for me too. I had a period where I was just fucked up all the time. I remember when I was 19, I started to get a grip on it. And I started reading. Yeah, I liked the Molly and stuff like that. But I started reading self-help. I think that's what saved me a bit, was YouTube, reading self-help, and started to distance myself from everybody, really. And I just became a workaholic, though. I became but not in a healthy way, like burn myself out. And I kind of like opening my eyes right now because I'm like, well, I kind of do that now too sometimes. But I think it's better now.
But you're doing such such a healthy way.
In a healthy way, and I put so much emphasis on like, where's my green juice? Let me fast. Let me get my workout in, this and that. And I realized how important all that is to balance out my ambitions and goals.
And the perfect word you just said was balance.
Balance.
I mean, we didn't have balance. None. It was go to work, have that money to buy the Coke, go drink, find a party, and then do it all over again.
And I didn't know how to communicate. Not with you, not with anyone. I didn't, even in my relationship then with MK, I didn't know how to communicate.
Swear.
I didn't know how to express my emotions. And I didn't know how to communicate anything. I think the only thing,
No, listen. Yeah, don't. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But I remember I would get, I wasn't perfect either. And I think being in that environment was hard for me because not just you, just everyone was doing drugs. Everyone. I mean, they're probably,
whatever they're doing, they're doing.
But, like, everyone was doing drugs. And I remember it definitely got to a certain point where I was doing it too. And the last time I did Coke, I remember, I'll never forget this. The last time I did Coke, I had already moved out. It was the Halloween party. And I don't think it was Coke, though.
It was probably something.
I don't think it was Coke.
Probably something different.
But I remember I did it, and I went home. Vincent Wynn had to take me home. And I wasn't even close with him at that time, I don't think. But God bless him for taking me home. I remember I was like, bro, I love you, bro. Thank you for taking me home.
Sounds like ketamine to me.
It was something, whatever the fuck I did. I just remember laying in my bed that night thinking that this is the last time I'm ever doing Coke in my entire life. That was the last time.
Yeah.
And every time I see Coke now in party environments, because I'm still in that environment from time to time, like,
your
that's
mind,
just whack.
Your mind
My
knows.
mind has such a strong negative reaction to it. I had demons that night, and I remember thinking to myself, why did I do it? And I regret, my biggest regret in our friendship, because I remember distancing myself from everybody, not just you, from everybody, but not even returning calls to nobody. I moved out and moved in with some random ass people who were good people, but I didn't really know them. And that was hard for me because I didn't fucking know them. But I remember not returning anyone's calls, but I wish I would. I didn't know how bad you were going through the addiction until you called me years later when you were already recovered, and you were telling me all the stories. I remember like almost like tearing up, thinking like, fuck, I wasn't even there for you.
Yeah.
I was just trying to like run away from everything.
Damn.
And then I started traveling, had my own journey and this and that, and that's my story.
But by the end of the day, though, like even then, no one but yourself can help yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it took me to the point of almost ODing and throwing up black tar. And it ended up being meth that I was snorting.
Yeah.
So like it took that much, like, for God and the universe to be like, hey man, wake the fuck up.
And you said you woke up in the hospital?
No, I was actually in my room. It was 3-day bendy.
3 days.
3 days of me snorting and just drinking this tequila bottles, two tequila bottles, half gallons I had in my room. And I noticed like everything was dark in my room. I kept the lights off every day. I was watching nothing on the TV, but I realized that I was in a pixelated world, thinking such negative thoughts. And I remember Dexter trying to check up on me, and I didn't respond. And I was like, I'm good. Like I couldn't even talk.
Text-wise?
No, like vocal-wise. Like,
you guys, he was outside your room.
He was outside my room.
And you guys still lived together.
Yes.
And you were in there for 3 days. He was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and when you come to that kind of energy, he could feel it, like there's something going on. What is going on? But he never judged, which I love too. Thank you, Dexter.
Dexter's a good dude.
He never judged
Love
me,
you, Dexter,
even with all the most crazy thoughts I had, all the bad energy. He was still worried. He kept leaving water outside my door, and still, let me be until my episode was done. But it was the 3rd day, and I couldn't finish the bag. And usually with my addiction, I don't leave any behind. But I was throwing up black tar, and I was throwing up in this cup. And I kept emptying out this cup. I remember it was like 10 times I threw up black tar.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I would just I would get up wobbling and just, everything was just fucked. And I would just stumble and while I'm walking to the bathroom in my room, which is like real close to my bed. So it was like I throw up in this cup, empty it, throw it up, empty it. And it was just constant black tar and blah, 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 over and over. And then at one point in my head, I was like, I'm about to die. Like I'm going to die if I don't go to the hospital right now. So I called
Would you have?
I would think I would have died, because I mean it was like I couldn't breathe, like I was like,
fuck,
and my chest was.
That's a hard call to make.
Yeah, and I was like, do I want people to see me
Right.
like this right now, or would I rather die? And I'm like, man, I'm not. I don't know. I was like, dying would be so much easier in my head too. Mentally, I was like, this could be it, and I could be not happy, but like everything would be quiet, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it, like I need to call my mom. come out my house looking like I don't know what, pale probably, cracked out, eyes open, and it's fucking break of dawn, bro. It's like fucking 1 p.m. in the fucking afternoon on a Saturday, I think. And my mom looks at me. I'm in the back of the car, and I'm just like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't remember it much, but I remember her crying and holding my hand, just saying, it's gonna be okay. We're almost there. And I remember just crying too, I think. And it's just, we're heading to the hospital, and when I get there, it showed me what kind of how people treat you when you look that way. And they treated me like,
because even though you weren't there, you were still there.
Yeah, they treated me like absolute shit. Because they knew what I was on. I mean, everyone knew what I was on. I'm in there throwing up and looking like shit. They literally just stick IVs in me and put me in this corner for 4 or 5 hours, pumping out shit on my body. And they do an IV test. I have no white blood cells left in my body. They said to heal my bacterial stuff. Because your white blood cells like fight off all your bad shit,
They didn't treat you good?
They didn't treat me good. They treated me really bad because they knew I was just probably another crackhead.
They didn't see you as
they didn't see me as a human being
going through an addiction.
Fun addiction. And they didn't even say my name. It was like, sit right here. Okay, stay here. And then no doctor ever came back to talk to me again for 3 to 4 hours.
Sounds like torture.
It was torture because I'm still high. Do remember 3 days no sleep. What is going on?
Yeah.
What is going on right now? When's the and in my head I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Was that the hardest moment of your life, you'd say?
I think that was the most hardest moment of my life. And then, actually, the hardest moment was after the fact of trying to like quit. God, I couldn't eat in public places. I couldn't sit down with my own family and have a normal conversation because I would be so deep in my head. I couldn't go to church feeling right. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't leave my house because I didn't know how to be my social anxiety and my anxiety for just. My question was, who am I at this point now? Without the drugs, without the drinking, without the partying, without the there's Victor. He has a Coke, That was always a thing now. I was like, oh, he's leaving because he's going to go get Coke. Like, now every time I leave, I have an anxiety of people thinking I'm about to go grab it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy.
It is crazy.
When you're known for it.
When you're known for it. So it's like, why are you leaving? There's one meetup literally after I came back from military. I hanged out with some of the old friends, and instantly as I'm leaving, they're like, you're about to go do that shit, aren't you? After a year of not seeing me too. And I was like, damn. It's like, damn. I was like, that's crazy. Like,
that almost angers me.
Like, after a year, you don't see me, and we haven't talked about anything except for, hey, you're in town, to, you're about to go do that shit, aren't you? Hit me in a spot like, how? Like, you haven't even re-met me yet. You don't know who or what I stand for. You can only know so much through social media, as vulnerable as I can get, And that was it right there.
Damn.
But the military, though.
Before we get on the military,
Yeah.
That's
a whole nother.
That's a whole. This is where the story arc goes back up.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the addiction, beating it before the military. Did you beat it before the military?
I did.
And how was that? And how hard was that? And what got you out of it? Like, what helped the most with that, would you say?
Damn.
Like, how? And then you said that was the hardest time of your life. Because there's relapses, right? Everyone relapses. It's a normal part of recovery, I think. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Holly,
yeah.
Yeah?
Holly spiritually helped me the most. Claudia, Victoria helped me in the reality of it all. Like,
yeah, I could see that.
my sister would tell me, like, I'm like your mother, we've grown together and we need you to, like, get your shit together, And actually, Tony, too. Tony, yeah. Before we talked on the podcast, it was Tony talking bad on me, but it wasn't bad. In my eyes, it was bad, but in actuality, me and him sat down and talked, and he told me that he talked to me as if he was talking to himself.
He was mad at you because he loved you.
Yeah.
So he was telling you all that.
Yes.
Because he, in a way, it was out of love. Probably not the right way to do it, but
maybe it was the right way.
Maybe it helped. Maybe it helped. Maybe
so
it put
much.
a chip on your shoulder where it's like, I'm gonna prove you wrong.
And it did.
And then you proved him wrong, and then
God, yeah.
You know, in a sense, it could have really helped.
Yeah.
Do you need to take that?
No, I do not. Okay. No. And Hayes, man.
Hayes, really?
He was actually always there to help. He was like, hey, if you need anything, just let me know.
You know what motivates me to keep going? It's kind of a random side
I love
tangent,
it. No.
because I have my own habits and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about it here. It's not my podcast. But what helps me keep my head straight on a swivel, and this has been recent, is my realization that I actually want a family one day. So I always think to myself, this is for my future family. I know that sounds weird. I don't tell a lot of people that because it sounds almost like cheesy, like what? But it's true. Like, I think to myself, like, I need to make money. I need to build this career. I need to stay strong. I need to be in control of my emotions. I need to push when I don't feel like it. All these things. That's why I love Tate so much. He talks about all these principles of being stoic, not letting your emotions dictate how you feel. And this has been me so long. I think a lot of addiction is you're emotional and you just want to cope with it. And
I love that word, stoic.
Stoic. I want to start. Yes, stoic.
I've been practicing stoic for a while.
Stoicism. When you feel a certain way, and you're able to choose whether or not you want to use that emotion. For example,
and not masking it.
Good way to put it. Not masking it. You feel that way, but you're not letting it dictate how you react. For example, rage. Is that a good emotion or a bad emotion? In some situations, you need rage.
Yeah, depending.
When those 6 mountain men around us, let's say they were getting, we almost got jumped. Let's say they decided to get physical. Would it be helpful to be enraged in that moment? Fuck yeah. You want to be so angry that I want to fucking kill you.
Mink, mink, mink. Oh, each of them, yeah.
Let's say someone does something to you and there's nothing you can do about it and you're in your room alone. You're in your room alone. Yeah. Does it help you to be enraged when you're in your room alone? There's nothing you can do. No, fuck no. It's kind of like I'm enraged for no reason now. This is so dumb. Like,
control things you can't control.
Being tired, being sad, being all these things. There's a time and place to feel them, and what's helped me the most for some reason is my thought of a future family, family, the family I build in the future, and I just know that that's what I want deep down. And whenever I'm like feeling a certain way, I'm like, okay, well, this is not for me anymore. This is for my future family.
And that's so powerful.
It's weird, but it actually
that's so
helps.
Powerful. Damn.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah. There's a Mona too. Then if we're going deep down down that rabbit hole too. She helped you? She helped me a lot.
Seems like everyone helped.
Everyone helped.
You helped.
Man, you know what? You said it, and I just realized that now. Everyone around you always wants the best for you. You know, there's only a few that don't, but
yeah.
Everyone around me actually wanted the best out of me, and they saw 100%. So much potential out of me.
100%.
And that's the crazy part, that I never seen it, because all I could see was the snorting shit of my nose and being in a dark room with negative, suicidal, crazy, unnatural thoughts, which is normal, because everyone there's not a thought that no one has not thought. There is not a thought that no one has not thought. Does that make sense? You know?
Basically, every judgment has been
made already. Yes. So what makes you think it's so, harsh on yourself? And that's what it is. You become so harsh on yourself and so hard on yourself mentally that you become digging this rabbit hole of negativity. It's like, no one's ever thought this thought. No one's ever done this before. Blah, blah, blah. But Mona, yeah, she saw the potential.
Yeah.
My whole family did, but actuality, she was there through thick and thin. We were very toxic for each other.
Right.
Super toxic. So fucking toxic.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, she stood her ground for 5 fucking years.
Damn, that's crazy.
Seeing me go through
thick and thin,
episodes of, crazy, and still stood around. But, there's one day she just said, fuck it, I can't no more, and dipped.
When was rock bottom?
That was rock bottom.
Was it when she left?
That's when she left.
Rock bottom.
Because I had no one then. Because she was the emotional support.
Right.
Which is like trauma support. It was trauma bond.
Yeah, trauma bond.
Trauma bond. Really good word. Trauma bond. We were traumatically bonded together off of our crazy shit that happened.
Yeah.
That when we leave each other, it's like we don't know what else to do.
So emotionally dependent that it's like,
God. And like
I can't. It's toxic. I don't know what I'd do.
I don't know. Say literally with my new wifey, whatever. It's much better. We never talked it out, me and Mona.
Right.
It was always yelling it out and saying, fuck you, or I'm going to leave your ass, I'm find someone better.
Yeah.
And the day, hey, we're sorry. Not why did that just come out? Not why did this happen? Why did this go on? You know, because when you're off the fucking yay and you're coming down, you're, what is it called? You're just emotionally unbalanced. You're angry one minute, you're non-angry, blah 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 blah. You know, and that was rock bottom when she left me because I had no one to talk to, even if it was just a talk. You know, even if it was just me yelling, just to fix the air that's around me. You know, so I had to deal with my own. I had to understand emotions. I would. This is kind of sound crazy, but I remember healing at a healing point when she left, and I was at my mom's house. I would lay on this couch, and I would like hear voices, and people like fucking with me, like, and I would think someone's gonna come get me behind me, and I would have to like be so. I was so paranoid.
Wow.
I was freaking the fuck out. Like I had to like check behind me every time, and I was so scared to even look behind me because I'm like, is there someone trying to get me right now? Because I was healing. That was like the rock bottom because like I couldn't. I was paralyzed to the fact that someone's trying to get me while I'm sober.
So it was even affecting you while you were
While
sober.
I was sober, and it went on for months, 2 months, 3 months
That's a long time.
of trying to cure and heal myself. But every day was like harder and harder and harder until the day I went to the military. That's whenever it shot me in the face where it was like, you are about to get, you're in a storm. You're about to get in this storm. And your ego, your reaction, your anger, your movement, you know, I'm a spaz, you know, I move a lot. You know that. But I know recently, have you noticed I'm kind of more,
A bit more calm.
been more calm. I can sit down and listen and not have to fucking jump up and down and move, you know. I don't have to fucking yell to make the air different. I can just
So the discipline.
the
The discipline of the military.
the discipline,
Waking up early.
working out, manifesting, meditating,
Learning stuff. You know, training, doing things, learning. I feel like that has a good effect on the brain where you're you know what, I'm more confident than I thought. You know, I'm actually I you know, you like you said, you're a marksman. You
Yeah.
get 24 out of 25 shots.
Yes.
You start to realize, you know, I'm actually
capable
pretty
of new
damn
things.
good.
Yeah.
I can do this, and I think it starts to make you realize, like, you know what? I think that's a lot of it too. Is like you start to believe in yourself a little bit. You know, but they make you. They make you.
They break you down to a point where you're nothing, and then they do it in such a
Build you
way to
back up.
build you up, to make you with so much confidence in how you walk. I mean, you're the first day you're standing still for like 8 hours in the sun, at attention, and you're chest up, chin up, chest out. Like you had people passing out, on like women just slapping the floor.
Really?
For 8 hours straight, you're standing there just in the heat.
Wow.
I mean, that's what more embarrassing, like not embarrassing, but more like, what is that teaching you? You know what I'm saying? It's teaching you how to just not to like be statured, be fucking. It's like military. What is it called? Fuck. Whatever. Military something. Military discipline. Just at attention. Militant. Something. You know.
It's very disciplined.
And it taught me, like right there, that's one of the biggest thing for me, because I used to move so fucking much. I used to be a spaz, like could not stay still. Like a social butterfly, but like a cracked out one. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a social butterfly, but it's such a good flow of movement.
There's a calmness to
A
it.
calmness to it, rather than doop, next person, doop, next person, sit down for 3 seconds, get up, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I move. And now with that, just standing still, like I can, if I had to, at attention, there you go, boom. I could stand at attention. I could stand somewhere for 10 hours and just chill. I don't know, just little things like that in the military brought me to life, I guess, and the yelling. Because no one likes to be yelled at. And that teaches you how to hold on to your reaction, your emotions, you know? Because, I mean, as for Sergeant Escobar, which was my sergeant, Master Sergeant Escobar, if he would yell at me, sometimes I want to mink uppercut the fuck out of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude's a big guy, but shit, I can get a couple hits out before I get knocked the fuck out. You feel? You feel me?
Yeah.
But it taught me how to hold my tongue. I think you don't always have to say something. You know what I'm saying? These are little things that I learned being in there that helped me build to the man I am today. And just being fucking here too with you. I've learned so much from you. You know, how you live your life and how patient you are with things too, and how structured you can be, but at the same time, free flowing in life that we've done. You know. Yeah.
Man, that's fucking deep.
Yeah. Don't do drugs, man.
And what about now? What is gonna keep you disciplined now? And I gotta ask myself this too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the discipline now? Because I feel like our minds, we are naturally gonna go downward if we don't actively try to discipline ourselves. Like, I think life is like a muddy hill. This isn't my saying. I heard this on YouTube. Life is like a muddy hill. Success is like a muddy hill. It's a climb. You gotta grind. But if you stay stagnant and you're not trying, you're not pushing, you start to slide down that hill. And I'm not saying you're gonna slide all the way back down to the bottom.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people don't climb and they just kind of go down. You see, when people get older, they get a little bit more miserable. You don't know a lot of old people who are living and happy and smiling. It's rare. Some people do make it to that point. But I feel like we need something to hold ourselves down and stay on this disciplined path.
Man.
And stay strong and stay structured.
Take it day by day, man. That's all I can say.
I say the meditation
every
that we
day.
do in the work.
Journal that we've been doing.
The journaling.
The working out.
You know,
me and you actually speaking
saying,
to
hey,
each
maybe
other.
we shouldn't party tonight. Maybe we should stay in and relax and chill.
But the fact is, I'm gonna be honest. This is a brotherhood. Me and you have probably, I don't know. I haven't really talked a lot like a lot of the homies even back then, like how we do now. How open and vulnerable we can be as brothers together. If we're feeling a certain way, what's on our mind, we speak it out like brothers. You know, like real fucking brothers preaching out how we're fucking feeling and what's on my mind.
This is my intention. This
Yes.
is my goal.
Yes.
This is how I'm feeling. This is why I'm here.
And you don't see that
No.
because that shit is broken now.
Yeah.
People don't put the effort in. It's just like the surface level bullshit I fucking hate, you know? And fuck all that. I'm not with that surface level bullshit. Like me and you, I'm here to dig deep. You know, understand you as a brother, your heart, your fucking mind. Like, hey, that's my fucking dude. If I see you off by a little bit, I know something's about to go on. If that makes sense. We're in a fucking crowd full of people. There's a dude, and you're positioned in a different way. I already know what the fuck's gonna go down. You feel me? Like that's where I'm. You know, I don't know. That's where we're at. That's where I'm at. I'm not gonna fuck up. Needed to happen though, you know. And that the discipline in me now is, or you know, the actions I'll take is, do I want to go through that again? Do I want to go through that demonic feeling again? Now my thought is, not thinking of the past, but do I want to be the past again? No. That's where I'm not going to be the past. You know what I'm saying? The family is an amazing thing, but you know. And do I want to let people down? At the end of the day, it's like I always think about myself first off, but like at the end of the day, do I want to let you down? Do I want to let my family down? As much hard work as I put in, you know, getting kicked out the military. That's another side note, by the way. But
Let's talk about that.
yeah,
Let's fill in the last gap of your story, which is where you are now, and you got the Bali, but you were in the military. Things were going well.
Beautiful.
It got you into the mental shape, physical shape that you needed to be, which is right here, right now. But what happened? How did you get kicked out?
So long story short, or it's gonna be a long story. With where I was at was weapons. I was working on F-15s. There's a security clearance that checks your super background, like deep into your background, you know. And I gave them the approval to do it, which was dumb of me, but actually not dumb because I am exactly where I need to be now, and I am the most at peace I've ever been. But they checked through my background, found out that I almost OD'd, found out that I did use, you know, because OD is use, you know, and that I had a battery charge on me, you know, 3rd-degree battery, or no, it was a 2nd-degree battery, and that
Fight you got in?
Yeah, and then literally it's called fraudulent enlistment for the Air Force, you know. And to put the icing on the top, there's a kid I believed in, and I believed he was my friend. I believed we started from BMT together all the way to our tech school, you know. I believe that this dude was my friend. He was my brother. I told him everything about my past. Yet they had him for questioning, and this is the icing on the top, cherry on all of it. He had told them everything, which he didn't think that they were gonna do. After he told them everything, they give you the paper and documents of what everyone said about you.
Wow.
And it was 2 pages full of my whole life. Me selling drugs, me fucking doing drugs, me fucking fighting, me fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. He didn't know. He didn't know that they were gonna show it. And the craziest thing to me is that
I didn't know this.
Yeah, he acted like my friend the whole time.
Really?
He acted like a brother, like, hey man, what's up? You ready to go? What are you doing? What are you, blah, blah, blah. And then the day I got that paper, he called me because he would call and check up on me and shit. Like, hey, what's up, man? How are you? He was already headed to Europe. You know, we were supposed to be in Europe together, me and him too. And he headed up there, and he called me one day, and I'm drunk as fuck. And I'm like, you didn't think they were going to tell me that or show me what you said about me? He looked at the camera and said, oh, fuck, and then hung up on me.
No way.
Yeah. That's all he says, oh, fuck. Hung up.
Sounds like a bitch.
Sounds
like a bitch.
You know, but I tried
A real man would at least be like,
yeah.
I fucked up. Or,
Well, he was scared for his life because he thought he was going to get kicked out, you know? And, I
sounds
look
like a bitch.
Yeah, I look back at
You're
it.
listening to this. You sound like a bitch.
You are.
I'm
You
just
are.
saying,
No,
you
actually,
sound like a bitch.
you're a big bitch.
It sounds like a bitch.
Dog. I don't even want to
And
say
you probably see this because when we blow up, he'll be curious
he
and
will.
He'll
He'll
hit up.
fucking know.
But it's okay, man. You probably changed from them. Yeah,
He probably hasn't.
probably hasn't.
No.
Probably has. Probably.
You know what's
hasn't.
funny because
Either way, that's
sad thing enough though
That's
is
a
because
fake. That's a snake.
I was trying to help him too because when we went on like winter break.
He's probably jealous of you or something in some weird way.
Maybe not. Or he
I
looked
don't
up
know.
to me.
There's something going on in his psychology there that's not right.
Yeah.
That's not right. And all you could do is be open and honest, and he fucked you over. And now it's
Crazy
it's
part.
it's
Here
on
we
you.
go. I try to help him on winter break when we went to go to our families. He told me about a suicidal experience he was dealing with himself. You know, he had a short double barrel shotgun in his mouth. He told me he was drinking a whole bottle half Jack, and he was down in his basement. And he's like, I don't know why I had the double barrel shotgun in my mouth, and I wanted to do it so bad, and that's what I want to do is help people. I look back at it like I told him my whole life story to make him understand, yet he still shitted on my life.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, right? But hopefully that I helped him
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And then, you know what? He helped me now. Like, I look at it.
Fuck,
Look
now
where
you're
the
here.
fuck I'm at. I'm with a real brother, bro.
Yeah.
I'm fucking here experiencing actual life with you. Like, not no 9 to 5, not no cubicle shit. This is our reality. And I do not want to go back to a fantasy world where we're working like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because this beats anything in the world. Doing what we're doing, connecting.
We're chasing a dream that is very, very real and almost becoming a reality.
And we just
Becoming a reality. It's a dream that we kind of spitballed and talked about, and now we're actually we're chasing it. And the videos that we've shot and the momentum that we have,
and the experiences we've had.
we can really make this happen. I think I'm gonna jet to Thailand after Taiwan, honestly, and just fucking pound it out.
Let's go.
And really, we could actually make this happen, like a dream. And whether it works out perfectly or whatever the fuck happens, at the end of the day,
We fucking tried.
genuinely the saying, it won't be boring. It's like, this is actually an experience. Like, let's say it works out and we travel for 5-10 years and we build an audience and we make something big and we make some money and we have all these crazy experiences and we come out and we come out so smart and strong and full of life and energy. That is the reward. The reward is who we become in the process. So,
The journey, not the end result.
I think-
we're not in for that. I know me and you.
I mean, the end result, like I said, I want a family.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
that to me is more important than anything. I think,
But we're not in no rush for that.
but I'm in no rush for that. And
We're not in no rush for that.
I'm very aware of time, and it's moving so fast for me now, and it's weird. I'm
Yeah,
already
it's so
26,
slow.
but every day feels like 2-3 days. It's life. I feel alive, and my metric for success is, and I've said this before, and this is my genuine metric for success. Does time feel like it's slowing down? Do you feel like you're more present every day? And I know that's so cheesy, but it's so true. Like
But cheesy is what it is. It is life.
when I was working a job I didn't enjoy and I felt no purpose, I would look at the clock and be like, fuck, I just want my lease to end I just want this day to end. I want this year to end.
When's
and I
rent
wasn't
due?
happy with my life.
Yeah.
To me, that was like failure. Doesn't matter what I have, I failed. I'm failing right now. I'm not enjoying my life.
And it hits so
Today,
hard.
every day is different. I'm like, I enjoy the hard parts. I enjoy the grind. I enjoy the beautiful parts. I appreciate the little moments of like good rest I get. I appreciate every single moment of rest I get. I appreciate having my own room. I appreciate everything. I'm very like alive and
Attitude of gratitude.
yeah, I'm very
Attitude
I
of
feel very
gratitude.
grateful
And
for
let me tell you
everything.
something. Let me ask you something. You probably don't even look at your fucking watch, bro, when you were here.
I don't even know what day
Day
it is
it
half
is.
the time because I'm so
Into
in
like
the moment.
into the
And
moment.
every day is different. Every day is different. It's been the last month. This Bali experience. It's happened so fast and it's happened so like
Genuine.
insanely that I think it's going to be and it has been one of the most probably life-changing, like one other life-defining moment.
I
you know,
fucking
Hawaii
agree.
was that. Like whenever I've traveled, it's always done that. But this has been like a fuck. I've learned so much about myself, about the world, and just just
And it
alive.
hits, and it hits, man.
Alive.
Overall, man, that's why I got kicked out. And above all, everything in this world is happening for a reason. Everything that led up to this moment for me to kick it and be with Danny, to be here, has happened for a reason. I've learned so much. I've grew so much. I'm not the same bitch I grew, you know. And I walk with confidence, with no ego, no judgment, no anger in my heart for anyone. And I, at the end of the day, I think I am so present with my presence that nothing affects me now. And literally, that's how I dug myself out of my fucking pit in hell. I did it, my fucking self. And for us to reunite and to be on the same frequency and vibration is what is all, like, that is it. You don't meet a lot of people. You rarely meet people with the same frequency and vibrations as you. And me and Danny, after we met up and linked up in Dallas,
Clicked back.
we
It
clicked
was a
back
beautiful
and
moment.
we knew. And oh, the little thing is, when I got kicked out, the day of when I get kicked out, Danny hits me up with some crazy news and says, "Come to Bali, you know, let's do some videos and let's change the world in Bali." Look where the fuck
where we
we're
are.
at. We prayed for moments like this. We prayed for the end result. I put it up today, but we were so locked in at the end result that we forget that we prayed for the moment that we are actually in right now. And shout out to God.
Shout out to God.
Go be you. You won't be bored. This won't be bored, right? No.
One thing's for sure. You won't be boring.
And hopefully you guys know, like, we're trying to do something real out here. I know,
I love that motto, by the way.
yeah. I mean, it is
Making life interesting.
God.
One day at a time.
one day at a time, 1 second at a time, 1 minute at a time,
Yeah.
1 hour at a time, dog.
One thing's for sure. It won't.
Be boring.
And to circle back all the way to the beginning of the story, even when we first met, even though things did go downhill with drugs and lack of communication, it was still probably one of the best times of my life. When me, you, and Dexter had our apartment, we were just living. And genuinely, I remember I had no money, sleeping on the couch at one point, and I was happier than I don't want to say happier than I am now because I'm pretty happy, but I was happy, man. Smiling every day. And
Rapping together.
dude, we were just complete goofballs, and we had always had this energy about us that would bring the party up and make everyone laugh and smile. And there were so many beautiful moments, and I know this because when we did get disconnected and I had time to reflect and I was alone, I missed so many moments from the past, and it was hard for me to let go of the past, and I have, but I feel like we're taking some of that old energy we had, and we're like bringing it to Bali, man.
I know.
And it's such a nice,
But it's such a better flow.
yeah, but so much more stable, calm, and like mature. And we have this bigger picture, and
But at the end of the day, I hate that word mature. I don't know why. But I feel like at the end of the day, the goal in this life is to try to stay forever young and to have that young
Yeah.
heart mentality,
That's what
and
it
not
is.
try to be too cool.
Not try to be stupid.
I hate people that try to be too fucking cool, man.
So many people.
And it bugs me because it's like, are you not? What is wrong with you, man? I'm over here acting like a goofball, and you're gonna judge me for it. You know, like, hey, you can judge me all you want. At the end of the day, I will not give 13 fucks. So
Just tune them out.
tune them out,
That's all you can do, right? Just
Yeah.
tune them out, or
But-
maybe raise them up.
raise them up. Which even in the last podcast, which this is the deep gritty gut podcast that we're doing now, is
Yeah.
because I was in the military, but I used to be a crackhead. So and I couldn't say it before. But no, where I got lost in that funny shit.
No.
All I know is me and Danny and everyone before, we had a good time. And I won't shit on it.
Love to everyone.
Yeah.
If you're watching,
And if you do, finish it.
love to everyone. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Love to all the old friends, and love to
No one's perfect, man.
all the old experiences. And I hope you're watching this and you have a feeling of like, they were so vulnerable here in this moment, and I can see how imperfect they were and how much they realize how imperfect we are. But we're just striving to be better, and we're striving to be better. And I think we're not perfect, and we never will be, but I think
We're never
we
gonna
are-
get it
We are
perfect.
better though.
We're never going to get it perfect. And
Our-
that's the
our-
beauty of it.
Yeah,
We're trying, though. And
we're
that's,
trying though. That's all that matters.
And man, all love. Yeah.
All love.
All love at the end of the day, man.
Even to that one guy who ratted you out to the military.
Yeah. You can suck a dick and die.
Fucking bitch.
Hey.